The Panjshir Valley lies 150 kilometers north of the Kabul. It is divided by the Panjshir River. It's not very far from the Hindu Kush mountain range. There are more than 100,000 inhabitants in this valley and mainly Tajiks since it is home to a massive Tajik population. Historically, it was part of the Parwan province until 2004 when it was merged into the newly formed Panjshir province. The mountainous range is especially distinguished by the fact that no outside force could ever invade in it, be it the Soviets in the 1980s or the Taliban in the 1990s. It has now attracted the world's attention following the news of the budding resistance to the Taliban from their region. The Taliban claim that their militants have already rounded up about the area, but they don't want any bloodshed and hope to settle the dispute through the negotiations. After the Taliban's quick takeover, the Panjshir Valley seems to be the last remaining fortress for the anti-Taliban forces to assemble and relaunch themselves. Since August, it has been reported that Ahmad Massoud's Northern Alliance is reuniting in the valley to challenge the Taliban fighters. Former Afghan Vice President Amrullah Saleh also joined the resistance forces of the Ahmad Massoud. Ahmad Massoud's father, Ahmad Shah Massoud, dubbed the Lion of Panjshir, had successfully thwarted numerous Soviet and Taliban attacks at his own time. The Soviets led 9 separate attacks with the help of their ground forces and airborne units to conquer the valley, but each time the resistance forces under the leadership of Ahmad Shah Massoud forced them out. After the Soviet Union's withdrawal from Afghanistan, the Taliban came to the power in the year 1996 and a new phase of hostilities and fighting broke out from there on. Ahmad Shah Massoud guided his men in the fight against the Taliban fighters until he was eliminated in September 2001. The Panjshir Valley is a long, narrow valley surrounded by high mountains. It has a single entry and exit point from the Kabul. Because of its geographical location and geometry, it proved difficult for invasive forces to conquer this particular area. As the militaries had to enter the valley through a narrow opening, its narrow passage gave an edge to the defending forces, and they were also shielded by the Hindu Kush mountain range that worked as a natural buffer to evade foreign attacks. Many key figures of the previous government that was toppled by the Taliban are now in the Panjshir. According to some reports, factions of the Afghan military also joined the resistance forces and along with them brought modern weapons that were abandoned by the allied forces. Some special units of the dissolved Afghan army also pledged allegiance to the Northern Alliance of the Ahmad Massoud. The brother of late Ahmad Shah Massoud, Wali Massoud, has also passed the Taliban to form an inclusive government and ensure their participation in the government-making process. Or be prepared for the consequences in the form of the resistance. The Taliban are indicating that they are interested in a peaceful resolution of the issue, but it will still be interesting to see where things head in the future.